Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty exciting things to go over. We have an idea about the release time of the Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. We have a new rumor that's popped up regarding how to obtain the Hoenn starters during an event for the Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. Some Nintendo updates, some other things to go over. So many things to break down today though. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So let's talk about the Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC release time, because we still don't have a definitive answer on this time. Pokemon haven't told us it, and it's a question that everybody has been asking. Well, we do have a update to this to go over today. It was posted by Joe Merrick, and if this is true, it bodes very well for the Americans watching this video, because it means you get to play the DLC on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Now, of course, this isn't confirmed. This is just based on the facts and from previous DLC launches, but it's very likely to be when the Mega Dimension DLC also comes out as well. So we've got Joe Merrick here tweeting out saying, I've had a few people ask me about the release timing for the ZA DLC on Wednesday. So here are the facts. So it'll be at the same time globally as it's a patch. So this is an update patch to Pokémon Legends ZA, so that means it comes out for everybody at the exact same time. So with the base game for Pokémon Legends ZA, that came out at midnight local time. So wherever you were in the world, when that hit midnight, that's when you could play the base game for Pokémon Legends ZA. But because this is an update patch, it's going to be available for everybody at the exact same time. So it could be like 1 a.m. for me, it could be like 8 p.m. for you, it could be like 5 p.m. for somebody else, 12 p.m. somebody else. It just means that it's all gonna be going out at the exact same time, so everybody will be playing it at the exact same time. So that's what it means by a global update patch. And these patches tend to drop around 1 a.m. UTC. So all prior DLC patches except the Isle of Armor dropped at that time. The Isle of Armor didn't drop at that time because I'm pretty sure they shadow dropped it straight after a Pokemon Presents for whatever reason. But the other Scarlet and Violet DLCs and also the Crown Tundra for Sword and Shield, they all dropped at 1 a.m. UTC. So you'd like to think that this is going to follow that exact same pattern. So if that is the same pattern, then that means that this DLC is very likely to be dropping at that time on Wednesday. So 1 a.m. UTC is obviously 1 a.m. for me because I'm in the UTC time zone. But if you're in America, that's like 8 or 9 EST. If you're in like Australia, that's like midday on the Wednesday. Japan, I think it's like midday. So yeah, if you're in America and this is true, which again, it probably is, you get to play this tomorrow night, which is even better. It's not a great time for me, but you know, it is what it is. We do have a couple of follow-up questions about this as well. So would this be 1 a.m. on the Wednesday or 1 a.m. on the Thursday? So 1 a.m. on the Wednesday, UTC time. Again, 1 a.m. UTC time. That's not 1 a.m. for like America or Australia. It is 1 a.m. UTC. So all you have to do literally is go into Google, type in 1 a.m. UTC and your time zone, and then that will tell you when this is likely dropping. And then why on Wednesday though? Why not? And then, so if I understand correctly, it'll be when it is 1 a.m. in every country, right? No, it'll be simultaneous. So it's 1 a.m. in the UK, 2 a.m. in Europe, 10 a.m. in Japan, 8 p.m. Tuesday, US East Coast, 5 p.m. Tuesday, US West Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, you get to play at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. That's so much earlier than we were expecting. But yeah, this is the kind of comment that you really need to take a look at, because there's a lot of time zones here, a lot of the main time zones for you guys that are going to be watching this video. So yeah, UK 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in Europe, so like Germany, Italy, etc., 10 a.m. in Japan, 8 p.m. Tuesday US East Coast, and then 5 p.m. Tuesday US West Coast. But again, this isn't like 1000% confirmed. It's just based on the facts that this is when it's likely going to drop, because it's an update patch, and the update patch is going to drop at 1 a.m. Like, we've had update patches already for Pokemon Legends ZA, and those have dropped at this time. So it's very, very likely that it's going to drop at the exact same time. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say it definitely is, because we just don't know. But based on the facts, based on what's happened in the past, based on what's already happened for this game, it is very likely going to be at this time. So of course, I'll be streaming this at 1 a.m. Not great, because I've just lost sleep for that whole day, because I'll be streaming from like 1 a.m. to like 9 a.m. my time. But yeah, like I say, if you're in America, happy days, because it means you get to play a Tuesday night. But either way, that is the very likely release time window for the Pokémon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. Moving on, something else that I wanted to talk about for DLC going forward was this post from Centro. It was posted a while ago at the start of November, but it does kind of relate to the Mega Dimension DLC. We've got Centro Leaks here tweeting out saying a reminder about the leak regarding future Pokemon DLC. So after the Scarlet and Violet DLC ran so over budget that it ended up costing nearly as much to develop as Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is crazy. Like Legends Arceus budget was nearly the same, was just a little bit more than the budget for the Scarlet and Violet DLC because they ran over it so much. So because of this, Game Freak decided that future DLC packs will be smaller in scale as the revenue is not that high. So of course, this does affect, you know, Mega Dimension DLC and will continue for Generation 10 as well. So what this means is that likely the Mega Dimension DLC just isn't going to be as large as we were expecting. Like we already know it's kind of like been toned down a lot already, because usually for the price that we're paying for the Mega Dimension DLC, we would get 2 DLC packs for it. You know, we got Crown Tundra, Isle of Armor in Generation 8. For Generation 9, we got 2 DLC packs as well. But this time we're not getting 2 DLC packs, but it's the same price. I still think it'll be a relatively lengthy DLC because it's like a roguelike and stuff. But yeah, going forward, it looks like DLC just isn't going to be as big, I guess, on scale, which is super dumb because Pokemon is literally the biggest media franchise in the world. They make enough money. Like, just go over budget and make some good DLC. I just don't agree with this as well. Like, I get that it's a business and they're trying to make money, but you literally printing money. Like, you don't need to watch your budget. Like, you're gonna make a profit regardless. Like every Pokemon game does. The TCG makes a ridiculous profit. Like, I don't know, like, oh, I get that it's a business, but like, come on, man. Like, spend a bit more, make a good game, and people will be a lot happier because of it. But I don't know, it is what it is. It's not good news for the DLC going forward, and again, has already affected the Mega Dimension DLC. But either way, wanted to quickly go over that because we are, of course, talking about the Mega Dimension DLC. Moving on, we have a quick Nintendo Switch 2 update to go over before we talk about the Hoenn Starter update rumor that we are going to be potentially getting in the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. So a few more Nintendo Switch games have been fixed on the Nintendo Switch 2. So this was posted on My Nintendo News. So nothing massive, but just a couple of games that you guys might be playing on the Switch 2. So Nintendo has been hard at work alongside third-party developers to ensure that Nintendo Switch software works correctly when played on the newer Nintendo Switch 2 console. So the Nintendo Switch games which have been fixed are Chrono Cross, The Radical Dreamers, Crypt of the Necro Dancer, and Mega Mall Story. So if any of you guys have been playing that on the Switch 1 and you want to be playing it on the Switch 2 but it hasn't been working, they have now been fixed. However, though, Nintendo has also noticed an issue with Streets of Rage 4, which forces a close if you select extra from the main menu. Another game, being Hazel Sky, features some graphical problems in certain areas. And of course, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is still not working correctly as well. So I definitely expect the next Nintendo Switch 2 patch, whenever that may be, will hopefully resolve all these issues and resolve the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl one as well, because they're just kind of unplayable at the moment. The fact that it can just crash at any time is just absolutely ridiculous. But either way, just a quick Nintendo Switch 2 update for you guys that potentially are playing any of those games. Moving on, let's talk about this rumored event for the Hoenn starters in the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC. Now, this was posted in the early hours of morning at 5 a.m. or 5:31 a.m. On the 8th of December, and it's just titled Mega Dimension Event. So again, this is a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. It sounds like a kind of a cool event. I kind of hope it's real, but then like, how would we get the other stars? But either way, let's read on. So there's the Sceptile, the Blaziken and the Swampert gift that releases alongside Mega Dimension this Tuesday. So this is already off to a bad start because, well, the leaker has said that they're going to be ranked rewards. Obviously, this isn't confirmed anywhere, but that's already a major red flag that this isn't true. But again, the leaker could be right. You know, I mean, the leaker could be wrong. It's very unlikely, but the leaker could be wrong about the ranked rewards there. And I feel like it's likely as well because they did it with the Gen 6 starters. They're probably going to do it with the Gen 3 starters as well for the Mega Stones. So yeah, Swampert will be like rank 5, Season 5. Season 6 will be like Blaziken. Season 7 will be Sceptile or whatever. But they're saying that we're going to get this alongside the Mega Dimension on Tuesday. I mean, obviously it's not coming out on Tuesday. It's coming out Wednesday, technically. But obviously it is Tuesday for, like I say, people in America and stuff like that. It's not a great first sentence anyway. They've got a lot of stuff wrong. And then they say, upon receiving the gift, you will find Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip at the Rust Syndicate HQ with Corbeau and have an option to take one of the 3 with you. Buying the DLC probably isn't required to access this event. So basically what happens, we're getting this update for the DLC, and you then go to Corbeau's office and you get to choose Mudkip, Torchic, or Trico. Obviously the others will have to be catchable in some way, shape, or form in the game, because you know you need them for the Pokedex, you want to shiny hunt them, stuff like that. But it looks like this would be like the starter of the DLC, but it's probably going to be level 5, and the Pokemon that we're going to be going up against are over level 100, so it'd be really pointless in my opinion. Like, it just wouldn't work because you'd have to just use a ton of XP candy to get them all the way to level 100. So yeah, very, very unlikely. And then they say rising up to rank B will be required to activate this event. So you'll have to have done rank B in the main story, even though you have to beat the main story to access the DLC. Even though this apparently isn't part of the DLC, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. The only image I've seen is a Marshtomp fighting a horde of Yamask. Sorry. So yeah, it's very unlikely to be true. I feel like, I mean, they just haven't looked at what is kind of been leaked and kind of been revealed and stuff like that. So yeah, I highly doubt this is true. It'd be cool if we did get a free Hoenn starter to start the DLC with, but like I say, the level would just be so far off. And as well as that, we're just going to probably catch them in hyperspace during like certain wild zones or something, in my opinion anyway. And also the Mega Stones are very likely to be ranked rewards as well, according to the leaker. So they've pretty much got everything wrong. But yeah, it'd be interesting if we did get some sort of Hoenn starter event for the Z8 DLC. But either way, let me know your thoughts about this. Do you think this is true or not? I'm pretty sure it's fake. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Finishing things off for today's video as well, we have some new events that have also been announced for various different Pokemon games. We've got Cerebi tweeting out about Pokemon Masters EX. We've got Cerebi update. So the next Pokemon Masters EX event has been announced. This adds Lance and Mega Charizard Y into the game, and this runs from the 9th of December 2025, so this is tomorrow on Tuesday. And then as well as that, we have a brand new event starting in Pokemon TCG Pocket as well. So Cerebi update, the Pokemon TCG Pocket Wonder Pick event is now live, adding new promo cards for Eevee and Drifblim. So this is the event here. So we have the new Drifblim and Eevee promo cards. There's no difference between these cards and the ones that you get in the Mega Dimension set. They just obviously have different artwork. And then these are the different missions as well that you can do to obtain the different shop tickets to, of course, get the new cosmetics and stuff. So collect 1 Eevee card, collect 1 Drifblim card, Wonder Pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, collect 5 and 10 colorless cards, and collect 5 and 10 psychic cards, and then also Wonder Pick 5 times as well. Really like that they've added this into the game, because it basically means that you're guaranteed at least 1 promo, because there's nothing more annoying than not getting 1 promo and then obviously having that spot empty in your kind of like card Pokedex thing. So yeah, basically if you use one of these, it guarantees that you pick one of the promos and stuff, which is really useful. But yeah, that's the new Eevee and Drifblim card, and then you can use these event shop tickets to redeem these items. So this is all the new cosmetic items and stuff. So you can get the new Magikarp display boards, you can get the Mega Gyarados binder, you can get the Winter Holiday 2025 display board, you can get the Mega Gyarados sleeves, you can get the Mega Gyarados playmats, you can get the Mega Gyarados coin, and then also you can get the Magikarp icon as well. Obviously, the new set still hasn't been announced for Pokemon TCG Pocket. A lot of people think it could be sometime, you know, this week or next week for the end of the year, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. But some really cool Gyarados and Magikarp stuff here for the Pokemon TCG Pocket game. But yeah, that is the latest events for different Pokemon games, and that's going to be where we end today's video as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like down below. It does really help out. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we've covered in today's video. Obviously the new events, and then of course obviously the Nintendo stuff, the DLC release time, everything like that, and also what are your thoughts on this Hoenn Starter Pokemon event as well for the DLC. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.